Okay, turn 12. Okay, we're in the right turn. Let's enable the log. Okay, they finally made an appearance up on that side. Alright, so that looked interesting. Let's see, that's... Okay, well, combat's getting less and less, which is usually... Actually, that's unusual. Usually it's getting pretty hectic at this point, and my opponent is blasting everything he's got at me from every direction. I'm not sure what's going on. That's kind of odd. Never really seen a battle slow down that much. So, usually, like I say, usually it's... I'm the one who's trying to figure out what to do and not really doing much, as he's throwing everything and the kitchen sink at me. Let's see. Well, we got everything in here. Lost another scout. Yeah. Okay, so that was up in the north. Yeah, well, that scout moved 2 hexes, so that's why. Yeah, not sure how to handle that kind of thing. I mean, the scout had to move away. Anyway, okay, so 2 meter, 2 hexes. Actually, wow, the Schützen hit the MG section. 2 casualties, 3 casualties in that burst. That was it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually a bit close for a heavy machine gun. And considering it wasn't in very good cover, so that's probably why. The thing is, the MG is not has less. Well, if it's machine gun, if it's rifle and grenades are turned off, like if secondary weapons are turned off, which is very common practice, then that's why it was a bit disadvantaged at that range. If it had the other weapons on, if it had the rifles on, it might have some effect. Actually, caused the mortar actually caused a casualty somewhere. Not sure who that was. That would have been the last one. So that might have been the. No idea. Might have to watch that again just to figure out where that casualty was caused. Actually unusual to see it in the log. Let's watch that again so we can figure out which one that was. It's maybe the second to last. So actually I think that's the MG. Well, I'm not really sure which one that's referring to. Okay, can't be the MG section because it's already had 3 casualties and it's only got 2, so it's got to be the platoon leader then. Or something else. No idea. Okay, well, never mind. Let's check suppression. Well, those guys aren't going to be doing much, considering they have to deal with those issues up on that side of the map. And the casualty count continues. Oh well. Omelets and eggs and things like that, I guess. We can still see those guys on the hill, which is not bad. Okay, so I don't know what happened to them. That's a bit awkward. So in this situation, since it's not a good idea to move, well, I thought it was safe, and obviously that was my main mistake. So when I moved in there, I should have actually considered where I could have moved to. There wasn't really any other place. Well, I guess I could have moved in there, which would have made more sense for the scout. Maybe, yeah. But then that's a good possibility it would have just been shot from this side. Against an experienced opponent, no matter what you do, you're going to lose out. If I was playing against myself, then I might get away with it because, well, somebody, no, well, not exactly about myself, somebody with similar experience. All right. So far, so good. Yeah, wait a minute. So did he? Yeah, he's rallied. I'm gonna go to suppression now. So we can. I guess we can still see them. Yep. Okay. I wanna. Let's see. How many casualties is he taking? He's not too bad shape. He's only got 5 men left though. So. Probably wanna. I do need to rally him, I think. Well, what are the chances of being able to rally him to the point where he can actually move? Okay, I'm not going to waste rally points then. I'm going to leave it for now. It does mean this platoon is quite... Well, actually this platoon is wiped out. I mean, there's 5 men in that one, 5 men in that one, 6 men left in that one. That's the only full strength section I have. Wow! They got wiped out doing almost nothing. Repeat after me. That is... They really couldn't accomplish anything, actually. I mean, really, they managed... All they did was move up here and I lost half the platoon doing that. What? What? Okay, I'm gonna figure out how the hell that happened. Okay, so he is potentially more likely to be rallied, so let's try that instead. Okay, the other one's moved up. Okay, now at least I know where both cruiser tanks are. He's not in line of sight. He's only in line of sight of that. Okay. Let's try and rally him. Problem is, I don't know what's here. That is the question. let's leave him for the moment. He probably needs to be rallied though. Otherwise we're never gonna hold the hill. Another 4 turns. Well, 3 turns after this one. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell whether the British are running out of forces or because they're not actually attacking as aggressively as I would expect them to, given my past experience with my opponent, right? So he has he took a lot of fairly expensive vehicles. I mean, the Bren carriers are not cheap. They're 15 points or something like that, so that would reduce the size of his force quite substantially. Well, don't know. Anyway, I'll leave that one pinned for now. We'll see what I can do with him later. What to do with the heavy machine guns? That's really what I want to know. Okay, I think that suppression is good. We're gonna move these guys forward, and they are needed for sure. Their ammo is this. Well, if they're firing it with direct fire, the mortars are okay. I mean, they're not. That's one shot. That's basically one shot, and they're not using them as indirect fire as artillery. So. Okay, so. Unfortunately, you can't see anything from there. You can still see him. Now, I don't know if he's figured out there's somebody here. I'm glad I set those ranges longer. Or actually did it? Is that what triggered it? That's not even in here. Because the what is it? The Bren carry anti-tank fired its machine gun because its anti-tank weapon would have been out of range. Fired its machine gun. It's not even in the log. It's not even in the log. Okay. Well, but the weird thing is that it opportunity fired. I mean, it opportunity fired its main gun at it. So it's really quite shocking that it's not in the log, actually. The game still continues to surprise. You can see somebody, I'm not sure who that is. So we can figure out who they can see. Let's have a look around. This is a bit awkward. I don't have. It's moving 8, so he must have moved up very quickly from somewhere else. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that scout had moved 2 hexes, so really what I should have looked at is more carefully where I could have placed him. Or maybe end up stacking him would have been better. Yeah, that's probably what I should have done, because no matter how you look at it, moving 2 X's and putting him in the open is not a good idea. So I probably should have considered stacking him. Note for the future. I'm trying to learn. I am trying to learn. It's just sometimes I have difficulty putting everything together. Sometimes I think that's continuous. Now, He's in good shape, but the amount of casualties the Germans are taking for accomplishing nothing is quite shocking, to be honest. Is that just an indication of how much I suck? Or is that more an indication of how good my opponent is? I don't know. It's hard to tell, really. It's really quite difficult to tell where the fault lies. Right, now there's a higher probability of something moving up on this side now, because he's got a lot of fast units, so a good chance of something showing up on this side. Now the thing is anything moving up over here? Very likely. It's very likely something moving up on that side. And the scouts are not in good position. I really hate it when I lose scouts because I just don't have enough of them, right? I mean, and even these scouts, I mean, they're not cheap. They're cheaper than the 4-man one, but they still not throwaway units, and I find them so valuable. Just being able to, and when I lose them for nothing, it's just like pure stupidity like that. So just a blind error, really. Well, yeah. Well, we can't see anything in the trees here, so. Well, one of them's going to have to move forward to find out how much damage you've done to that. Hopefully he's pinned. But we're not actually. Both of them are going to see that. So what we might do. Okay. Shit. Well, can't really see much around here, unfortunately, so that's about all I can do. Yeah, he can't see anything over that side. Okay, so these guys are tied up dealing with this people moving up here. Yeah, like I said, you know, it's if I was dealing with if I was playing against somebody with against my relative experience, similar experience to my own, then it would probably a lot of things would go differently. The game might actually be boring, to be honest, just judging by how the solo #1 is going. So yeah, maybe it's good. There's a big difference. Maybe it's a little more entertaining. I don't know. From my point of view, it's a bit nerve-wracking. If I'm honest. All right. Don't expect those guys to see anything, but you never know. We've got exactly one scout left here. Okay, so probably should have looked with him first, but never mind. I don't think he can see anything. He's just behind the trees. Seen anybody else. He's retreating as well. I need to get somebody else up there. I don't have anybody who can get up there. I'm pretty sure there's somebody here. I have doubts I could rally him based on things so far. Don't know. I have doubts I could rally him enough for him to be useful, and he's only got 5 men left, so how useful is that? This one is actually more useful now. He's got 6 men left. So we'll move him forward. That's going to take... well, it'll take a turn. It'll take a turn for him to get to this position. He can do that at full speed because there's nothing that can see him. If he could be moved... One possibility is actually move him back, but anyway, these guys are moving up here. If I rally him, I need to be able to move stuff. Trees. He's actually in the open, but he's not moved. Now that one is actually a good target for mortars. Actually, both of those are. So I might pull him back. Actually, that might be the better idea. I can rally him, and well, if he pulls back here, then he's in line of sight of these guys, and that's not a good thing. So he has to actually deal with that first. Actually, we could take that out. Maybe the scout is still alive. Not sure how that's possible. Nothing appeared out of the gloom. No enemy seen. Three enemies seen. They're not close by. Okay, a tank, a Bren carrier, and those guys. Okay. Okay, the MG section is still alive, unfortunately. Fucking hell. Still there. Damn it. Well, it's a little bit suppressed at the moment, but that's probably not enough. We have that. Still only 2%. 12 hexes. Wow. %. Must be a little bit more experienced. That's the only reason I can think why one hex further away would be better. He's 65. Okay, anything else going on around here? Nothing obvious. Okay, well, he's not gonna be able to see anything from behind the trees, so some of these guys are gonna have to move. Okay, we might as well do that first. Let's see what kind of trouble we get into if we move forward here. If he moves there. Opportunity fired, so we were not seen. If we were seen, they don't have ranges set very long. Now that is not very helpful It's almost the same line of sight. And yeah, there's a risk there that he actually... They may have moved something up here and he didn't see it. Yeah, because we don't actually have line of sight into that hex there. Yes, because unfortunately the way the game works is a unit can trundle across here in the open, blah 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 blah. You can have a unit that could see it, but you won't see it, right? the way multiplayer is designed in this game is really awkward. Like that's completely unrealistic of how like this unit would. I mean, it's entirely possible there's a unit in there. It's entirely possible there's a unit in there. Now let's see if we have anybody who has line of sight into that hex. Not saying there is a unit in there. It's just possible because we wouldn't. Okay, we can actually see that one, so likelihood is very small then, because it would be difficult for him to move that far. Because you would have to move 3 hexes in one turn, and that's quite a lot of movement. If he moved, it could still be that he was moving one hex at a time in here, and we wouldn't see him. But the chances of there being a unit there that we didn't see is quite not diminished. But it's possible, because the game doesn't show you actual movement in multiplayer. It doesn't. I'm not sure if the online works differently. I don't think it does, because it's still turn-based. You don't actually see the other player's movement. So one of the things I like about combat mission is that the WeGo system is quite interesting, where you give your orders and then you have to lose control of it, which is a bit more realistic, actually. Now, oh, there's one guy in the middle here who's just been going, what the hell are we doing in the middle of the field? What are we doing here? How do we get here? What's going on? I really fucked up with these guys, but well, what can I do? It's done now. If he survives, I can say, hey, I didn't lose the entire platoon. But the amount of points that those units represent, I don't think I've actually compensated for it. I mean, there's 500 points there. Whether I will see, but it's doubtful. Okay, so we don't know if I want to move him. I mean, he's safer off there. He hasn't been fired at in a long time, and the smoke is, well, he's gonna get seen at some point. There's no way my opponent will not move units up here. I mean, I've given him plenty of perfect cover to do that, right? There's no reason for him just to not do that. So so they probably will still die before the end of the battle. They may, because simply things will show up and they can't handle it. Okay, so some other scouts. This scout I'm gonna leave there. He hasn't got shot at yet. They may have lost sight of him. May. Not emphasis on may. It's hard to know. It's really hard to know. So his weapons are off and his range is 0. So now I would need to find out what I can see if I move up here. He's suffering from combat friction. Okay, so if I move up there, we're in line of sight of one of the cruisers, and that's not useful, so can't do that. Let's look around. well, nothing else was seen. If I could get into a position where I could hit that without being hit by that, we'd be golden, but I don't see a position where that can work. Not really interested in taking the cruisers on, to be honest. Their armor is really very good. Okay, when you look at that, 30 millimeters on the front, 30 millimeters in the front on the turret even. So, if I look at penetration values for the 38Ts, 30 millimeters, 30 millimeters. So, probably effectively we need to be in at 10 hexes, which means that he's gonna have a pretty good shot at us anyway. So the gun on this thing is just not up to getting through that armor at a decent range. I mean, at 20 hexes, there's a tiny chance of getting through. Better chance at 10 hexes, but I think that exposes the tank to quite a risk. So, no real interest in taking those on. If I could do it without, you know, in a way that, now that both of them have shown up, there's no way I'm going out there. No way. And he's not moved those tanks forward very aggressively, so he must. Well, I think he has the advantage, to be honest. I do think he has the advantage in them. If he were to come forward and take them on. However, probably if it's a 2-on-2, then it probably isn't a significant advantage. But the fact that he's got better armor and a gun that's just as effective as the ones they have, possibly even more effective, but also depending on what the experience of those units are. So that's those variables you just can't know by looking at it. I'm almost gonna do something else here. Okay, so we need some line of sight up that way. So I'm gonna put him here, and doesn't really improve the situation much. Now the motorcycle units are actually size 1, so they're the same size as, in game mechanic terms, they're the same size as regular infantry. I guess the motorcycle isn't considered really big, so it doesn't really attract attention. I don't know. I don't know how this number is arrived at. I mean, it's just a number. It doesn't actually relate to anything really. Like you know, a 10-man squad is size 1. Like a 12-man squad is size 1, but you know, the size doesn't change when if it gets down to 4 men, right? It's still a size 1 squad, so which is kind of weird. But anyway, yeah. So they moved 1x, and the normal rules should apply. Now, if there was somebody there, they may have seen them, depending on how much experience they have. So as with everything, there's a risk. Now, I think we can see that as well. Okay, so that's the reason the tanks fired on him, because there was somebody who had line of sight on him when he moved in. He wasn't done. If that unit had moved in here, the tank may not have actually had an opportunity shot at it. Alright, well, I think that's that side. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I guess I'm gonna risk moving forward and taking more casualties on that lot. Actually, might as well move them. Okay, well. Well, the thing is, I want to leave them there because that is surprised we can't see that hex. Can anybody see that hex? No, nobody can see that hex. Shit. Each guy should move up, I think. Since the enemy seems to be over here, I think they should move up that way. I want to leave him here because if this, I want to know if something moves up on this side. But it's beginning to look like I'll actually need him on this side. So the thing is, if something shows up, it probably will be another Bren carrier. Not likely something that they can handle by themselves, unless it gets really close, in which case there's a chance. Right. What do we want to do? Do we want to move up? So he could move in there. I don't really want to risk losing another scout, but problem here is if I move him out of the way. Okay, well, I know there's a unit here, but I don't know what its state is now. So I guess we're gonna try and attack it again. It's routed. I don't have anything that can come up to help him except this one, which is already quite weak. Okay, well, that was kind of more like recon than actually doing the attack, but I don't think there's anything much else I can do except attack there. Now, I think this scout moved already. This scout is probably gonna stay there because if he moves, there's nobody who can help him anyway. So, bringing up more units to help here, that's probably more useful. He can move. I think he's gonna move back. Now, I think all my recon have... No, they haven't. These guys could be useful if they could see that, but it's with all the smoke, that's unlikely. Yep. Not much chance of it seeing anything there. Bring something up that could shoot at it, then we'd be good, but... and I don't think these guys could get there anyway. The smoke is just obscuring it. It's not helping at all. Well, he can't move into the boulders anyway. Let's bring him forward a little bit more. Nope, it's just too much smoke. It is just too much smoke. I don't know what to do with them now. Are they even useful here? That's probably maybe even might even be a better question, because the way the situation is, they may not be. They may be more useful over here because we actually have pretty thin on this side. The machine guns might be very helpful. Now, we'll move them at 1x more, and then we'll leave it at that. By the end of this turn, I need to decide whether they're going to stay or move to another part of the map, because right, and we have these recon, which are not going to move because they've got a nice target, even though it's quite shit, actually. Yeah. Well, we won't fire that yet. What can we do with these? Nothing. I think they'll continue to move across the side here. I'll put this one in the trees there, and this one, can he actually see? It's actually not a bad position. It's not a bad position. Yeah. So I'll put him over here, but I'll leave him like that for the moment, just in case something shows itself at the end of the turn. Unfortunately, the MG section is still here. If we hit it again, we may be able to push him away, get him to rout. Well, he might actually be routed already. in which case, dropping mortars on him again may not be useful. Hard to know when you've lost sight of an enemy, though. And there's no way to gain that back. Alright, well, I think we're gonna actually take some shots here. Now, let's do this one first. Now we probably get a special off fire here. Okay, push them back. Now, that means he's gonna stay there. My my experienced opponent will probably predict, or could possibly predict that I'm going to move there, because, and then just target the mortars at that hex, right? Nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Scout that way, and then covering the scout that way. And still in visual contact, not sure what to do about that one. Okay, so I think... no units on that side, fortunately. Now, the surprising thing is there's no mines in here. Well, there might actually be mines in here, I just haven't seen them yet. That can happen. You can wander through a minefield and nothing will happen, and then you think, oh, that's safe, and then you move the next unit behind it through the same hex, and then boom. Happens all the time. I don't really want to leave them there to get shot at by the carrier. The only thing I can do, I think, is... problem is I don't know if there's anybody in there. Okay, no, we have a reasonable confidence that there's nobody on that over there. Don't know about that one, though. So he can get the shit kicked out of him. So I think I'm probably better putting him here. It does put him very far away from... Yeah, well, it'll have to do. It's better cover, and that's a good thing, so... Well, you can't actually see that hex, for fuck's sakes. Sometimes the line of sight system is just so... it's just too simple. It's like, well, you can't... because this is a tree hex, you can't actually see along that hex edge, right? Which, really, you should be able to. Like, this hex blocks line of sight to there, but that doesn't make any sense, actually. I'd like to see I'd be interested to see what Matrix, assuming that this Steel Tigers game actually ever appears. I'd be interested to see what Matrix does with it. But given Matrix's pricing, I probably won't ever own it. I'll have to wait for it to go on extreme sale. Oh, there's I'm also following a Slytherin group on Twitch, and they have for every 10 minutes you watch, you can win points, and you get with that points you can, if you accumulate enough points, I mean you need thousands of points, so you have to watch a lot, but you can actually accumulate points to get discount coupons. So guess what? I'm keen on that. I like Slytherin's and Matrix games. I like a lot of their games. But their niche market pricing is really kind of tough for people on a budget, so yeah, and when they go on sale, it's not really that much. I think for safety, I'm going to put him here, but that does mean I don't have line of sight anywhere useful. So depending what he does. If he moves up that way, then I mean this is the last known position, and I don't think that's going to change. He will definitely know that's there. So I doubt he'd move it up to there. But he said he could move infantry up that way. But anyway, the only thing I can think to do is to actually move him there. Where can he be hit from? In order to hit him, he'd have to move all the way up to there. Unless he moves him in through, you could move him into there, in which case we don't really have a chance. Unfortunately, he's moved up all of his. Okay, so what we can do, possibly what we can do is force him, because he has a hex here that he could move into and still attack him, right? So, if I can see that hex, the unit in there could see me. So if I put smoke there, that actually blocks line of sight to that side. And then that would force him to move all the way up, or move something else in. Okay, I should have thought of that first, because I could have left those there. Yeah, I know. I suck. It's all a repeat of to me. You suck. Now, he can actually... Does he have any smoke? He has one smoke. Okay, well... that's not really gonna help, unfortunately, because... the smoke will dissipate fairly quickly. But that's... I'm gonna do that, see how it works out. So he's cut off from that. I'm still going to move him out of the way because... So now this smoke will dissipate by the end of my turn though, so he can still move it up there. I don't think it's going to work. And he doesn't have any other smoke left. See, this is how because I could have put a second one down. That would have probably made it made the last a little longer. But no, no, that would be too easy. So he's on his own. This is not good. It's not good. Best possibility is he moves infantry in instead, but that's still not good. Anyway, let's get him out of some cover because he doesn't really have much cover there. Unfortunately, he's not quite far away. Alright, well, that's what we're gonna do there. I don't know. I think I fucked that up, but anyway. We'll see what happens. Now, since I can't bring anything up to support him, my feeling is best to move him back because let them advance, I think. Unless I don't think if he moves in there he will be able to see anything. Big problem here is another possibility, because I know there's nothing here. Now there's a problem here is that the tank can probably see me from down that side. So I'm actually better off staying behind. Can't see any enemies at all. Okay. Let's see where he can get, how far he can get here. Because there's other possibilities for them to move this way. I don't know. I'd like to get more units up onto the hill. That's... Yeah, well, let's see how far he can get. He actually has no combat friction at the moment, so... Let's move him first, because he's not going to be able to do anything anyway. And he finally catches up to his platoon. No, he's not going to be able to help. I'm thinking if I could get him in here, then he can actually move back this way. Possibly even back to here if he has enough movement. No, he doesn't. I don't really want to leave him there. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if we can put some suppression, put some more suppression on him. I don't think this is going to work, unfortunately. He's already pinned, so... Come on, give me a better shot here. Nope. I've got all up to a whopping 5%. Well, everyone starts at 5%. Yay! Damn it. Now, yeah, the problem is I don't know where he's going to run to. He could run anywhere. He could run that way. Could be anywhere. I don't know. I don't even know if I could. If he moves forward, he may get a shot there, but that puts him out in the open. There's no cover there. Okay, we're gonna try this. We're gonna see if we can rally him. Okay, first attempt worked. Okay, well, we're already down to using the second lieutenant, and that's it. I have to bring him adjacent to see if he can rally him again. So he's still pinned, and he can't move. Well, so that wasn't worth it. I can try... Does he have points left? Yes, he does. So I could actually move him up here and then try to see if that will rally him. Okay, well, yeah, let's see. I don't know where he'd go though. That's even if I did. Well, he only needs one more rally attempt, and I can actually move him. Yeah. No, let's do that at the end. So at the worst case, he's going to move here. I think he won't move forward because he'd still be at risk. Okay, there's another possibility here. We're not done here yet. There's another possibility. If he moves in there, we might actually have line of sight to that. I somehow doubt it. Because that tree is also height 5. Okay, well, let's do this now then. It's one more attempt. Yes! Okay, so I'm gonna put him back here, get him out of the way. And we're actually gonna put him back here. Kind of more of a controlled withdrawal. Okay, so then we'll move him here. Nope. No help there. That's a bit risky because he's out in the open now. What are these guys armed with? Rifles and grenades and... I think that's a pistol. That's probably one hex range, but they were very, very effective with the rifles. They did that all just with rifles, so that's why I'm kind of hesitant to get in there. Get in there, mix it up with them. Now, can I move this tanks back to get a shot at them from there? I doubt it. It's looking like this hex here. This hex here probably provide line of sight to that tank. Shit. Shit. So I think you can see that from here as well, right? Yeah. So if you can see that from that position, it's very likely they can be seen from that. Which is probably why he hasn't bothered to move them yet. Now, the better question is, if I move up here, will they be seen? And this is the problem with not having enough recon, right? You can't test out that theory, you know, with a safer unit. I don't know how suppressed he is. Well, let's find out. Okay, he was very suppressed. Okay, that worked out. And that allows me to move him here. And move him here. And then put him in here. We'll have moved 2 hexes, so if anybody sees him, then... Too bad. Now, probably gonna get with mortar fire. I don't know what I can do with him. If I rally him, he will not be pinned anymore. So I'm thinking I'm better off just leaving him pinned. It's actually harder to hit right now than if I actually rally him. But I don't think I'm gonna get away with that. I really don't. So, and we've lost 1 platoon here already. Yeah, so it's looking more to me like these machine guns might be more useful somewhere else, unless there's nobody else here. What are the chances of that? What are the chances of that? It'll take quite a while to move them around, though, because it's not an easy pass through here. Well, I guess we come back through the trees here. Yeah, okay, if we come through the trees, that would be... I have to avoid this hill here, because that can actually be seen from the other side. Alright, I think I'm actually close to done here, because the only thing I can figure out is, do I risk... the slope's right here. There's the slope. Okay, there's not enough. So this is actually... I think they'd be in line of sight of that one there. Which actually did move. It has moved forward, so that's... yeah. That one has not moved, so it's actually probably been in that position for a while. We just haven't seen it. How is that possible? Okay. Let's put him here. Leave him there for the moment. With him, these guys probably should not stay here either. Ooh, I don't think we can move that way. Line of sight to there. Okay, then if he moves across to get into that position. let's see. Yeah, you got to cross that their line of sight, and that gives them a shot, but it's not a good shot. Actually, both of them will have a shot, so we can actually tempt fate a little bit. We actually get a shot at them before that happens. Question is, has anybody seen these? I don't know if I need to move them though, that's the problem. Actually, it's looking like this. If this tank moved back there, he'd be okay. Yeah. Okay, well that's not too bad. I actually want to leave this one here, but it's a bit of a risk. The question is, has anybody seen him? Is anybody who has line of sight from that position? And yes, he's been seen. So actually, I think I'll move him back. Yeah, but that's a previously known hex, so this could still be bad. But anyway, just keep moving them around. If I had any smoke, I would deploy it in front of the tanks, because obviously they have to move forward here, and if I can blind them, that would allow me to move them forward and take out the bring carrier, but no, I don't have any smoke left, unfortunately. As we shall see. 0. Oh, well, I got 16 there. That might be helpful. It might be helpful, actually. But the question is, do I want to use it over on this side instead? I don't want to put more smoke down there. I think don't want to get into an excessive smoke usage situation. As I have 2 salvos of smoke, if I deploy here, well, this can just move forward. I'm more concerned. These guys actually, they seem to be moving, because this one's been moving forward 1 hex at a time. But of course, if I put smoke down, then I can't tell where they've gone, so it's the classic problem. Okay. Well, I was going to move these ones around, I think. Or should I leave them here? They don't appear to be doing much good on this side. Certainly use the extra firepower over here. So how could they get around? Through there, then through there. And there's actually quite a good path through here. Okay, well, don't know. I can't decide. So let's put them this way. leave that one out in the open. Actually, we'll leave both of them in the open and see if they attract any attacks. Don't want to put them too close. Well, if anything shows up and fires at them, we can set ranges that could cover some of these positions. But not all of them, unfortunately. Let's see. I'm gonna leave them out. I think I may regret that. But it might also tempt. See, I think it's a good tempt him to move that up through there instead, and that's not a good thing. I'd prefer to have him move it up through here. Because there's nothing. I don't have anything that can fire at it. Actually, I do. If it moves out to here, these guys could probably hit it with their anti-tank rifle. But 7 hexes. I don't know. I have doubts. I doubt they may get a hit. However, they are more experienced units, so. I mean, I paid for elite units. I only got 70 and 76, which I think is only veteran. And you have to get 80 plus before they consider elite. So I didn't get what I paid for it. Damn it! Paid those extra points and it didn't work out. It's a bit of a risk. It is, really it is, because that certainly is capable of moving up fast enough to do some damage to them. And those are the only things that might be able to do something about it. Alright, but I don't know. Right now they're sitting here doing nothing, right? Well, he's actually in good shape. And he can only be seen from that side. Unfortunately, the trees are not helpful here. Yeah, I'm not going to take the chance. Yeah, because I mean, it's not difficult for him to put the unit into there. Yeah, I don't have anything that can hit it from that position. Yeah, there's too many. Oh, wow. Okay, well, he actually has a lot of line of sight into that side. From there. Okay. No, I'm gonna chicken out. Yeah, actually that's good enough. Because this height 1 actually blocks line of sight quite effectively. I'll leave him there because there's no threat behind those trees. Actually, only that side. So what we'll do is put him there. It's very narrow. What he can hit, I think, but it might help. It might help. Alright, these guys moved. Yeah. Anything else that needs to move? I need to call in some artillery on these things. Oops, wrong key. He's out of contact again. That's 4 turns in this battle. Ah, the random number generator is just fucking me over these days? I don't know. I've never seen it this bad. It makes me suspicious, to be honest. I mean, yeah, random number generators are gonna wander around and do odd things occasionally, but wow. Wow. That's 4 turns. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen that. Yeah, I have actually. I have. And in the play-by-mail. One of the problems, of course, is that because there's 2 different computers involved, you can't actually guarantee that you're getting fair randomness between the 2 players, right? That is one problem with how these things work. So you need to actually carefully design your random number generator for that, to ensure that you're not getting too much variation between different types of. Because if you're using hardware random number generators, then that could actually throw it off a lot between computers. But a software one, you'd probably want to use a software one, even though it's not going to be very random, but it might be a bit safer to avoid conflicts between, one player has seemingly really good rolls. It's like when you're playing D&D and each player brings their own dice, and then one player always seems to roll 20s, and you starts to go, wait a second, let's have a look at that die. Let's have a look at that die. There's probably nothing wrong with it, it's just how it was made, right? I used to do that too. I mean, I knew which die would roll better rolls most of the time, and I used to use that one more often than not. Okay, well, so he's out of contact again. Actually, okay, so if the A0 unit brings that in, then we actually have, it can still work. Right, that's exactly where he is. Right, so I actually should move him further back. Try and get him into visual contact. It may be more reliable. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I think I will do that. Since he's out of contact and can't do shit this turn anyway, I'm going to move him back. Needs to be back here. That's pretty far back. That is odd. He could actually see. He could see 3 enemies before. So why? Oh, that one. Okay, that one went away. Ah, I didn't notice that he could act. I did remember that he could see. Oh, he could see 3 enemies. You can actually get there in 1 turn. Do I want to do that? What the hell? Why not? And the thing of it is, these guys have a lot of experience. This is an elite unit. It's got 85 experience. How is he failing so often? It just boggles the mind. That I think there's something wrong with my random number here. Sir, I think there's something wrong with that random number generator. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna actually move him back here. And let's check to see that's the same unit he's line of sight of. Yep. Not likely they would spot him, but they could be infantry around here, but they might be far away. Let's have a look here. I might consider moving him. Or I might leave him. I don't know. Depends. It depends. Yeah, I see this. The smoke's dissipating already. I mean, he can actually be seen through there. Smoke's not that thick. Anyway, so let's call this in with this one. Is that hex there? Let's see, how much does he have? He has 2 salvos. It's plenty. So that'll land right away. This unfortunately will take forever. Long enough that it's probably not worthwhile. Well, the MG is not moving. Well, it hasn't moved in a while. But neither has that. Actually, if I deploy smoke in front of him, that saves him for a turn. But that makes you draw an opportunity fire, so I don't know. Actually, can he? He doesn't have any smoke. Wow, no smoke! Fucking hell. Yes, the last few battles around, I mean, the randomness has been really quite low. Hopefully that will, well, just in a low part of the random number generator, I hope, fingers crossed, because need to see a bit more of a spread in it, actually, to give me confidence that it's not going wrong. I mean, some of the units are quite experienced, but for example, those elite units, the Waffen troop, they're supposed to be, they should be in their 80s, because these are supposed to be elite units, but only got 70s. I mean, that's just a ripoff, really. It should be a lot better than that. I mean, because it's advertised as elite units, so it's false advertising. That's what it is. I want my money back. So I don't know. I don't see any other position that is useful to deploy artillery. They will run away a little bit. He's retreating as well. He may rally though, that's the thing, so... I mean... He may not actually go anywhere, just because it says he's retreating doesn't mean that he'll actually move away. So I can't see anything that's really a worthwhile target. The Bring Carrier actually is a worthwhile target, but again, because it's gonna take a whole turn before it arrives. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. It's like, there's no point trying to figure that out. Okay, yeah, let's just check Rangers now into 10. Okay. See, this is the thing, it gives it away, right? So the fact that well, I mean, that position was known already, so in this case it doesn't really matter, because I attacked there, so that position, that was the last known position, and then I deployed smoke, which would firmly establish that unit is still there. So if you can call in fast artillery, then he's done. So that means he definitely will not move up through that side. There's no way in hell he's going to move up through there. He will probably move up through some other position. He just wouldn't want to get too close, though. We'd want to be at least 2 hexes away. So you couldn't do that in the trees. Just curious whether... Well, so you could move around to that side. Damn it. Yeah, I think this guy's gonna take a big hit from him. I think. And you know what? Just in case he does do something wacky like that, let's make sure the tank mines are on for this particular case. This one too. And this one too. No, he's only got grenades. Alright, let's check ranges now. Last minute decisions. Yeah. 0. Let's reduce his range to normal. Now those tanks should be in position that it can actually hit him next turn. That one will be. Don't know how much longer that scout's gonna survive. Probably not much, I think. Okay, he's not. That range is too short. He's never gonna see anything at 6 hexes from that position. That's a bit long range, but we'll go with that. Okay, so... yeah, should we leave it like that? And we'll leave the mortar off. That mortar off, and the same hex, so that's is good. You'd expect an experienced to actually not fail the radio check that often. I mean, that's what I would expect. In a 15 turn battle, so far he's made four turns where he didn't have contact. That's, you know, 2/3, just 33%. That's pretty excessive for an elite unit. So something's off. That's a bit fishy to me. I mean, maybe 1 turn in a 15 turn battle or 2 turns. I still wouldn't bat an eye over it. And certainly not 2 turns in a row. If it was 2 turns in a row, I'd raise an eyebrow. It would spread out over the battle. You know, one in. Then that's not even gonna. I wouldn't even notice it really. Oh, I notice though because I can't use it, but it wouldn't be worthy of comment. I'm gonna leave him there. Let's see what happens. And one enemy seen. Yeah, these guys have range set to. Am I gonna leave their weapons off? I think I will actually. Since they're quite weak. I'm at 50%, so they really shouldn't be fighting. Yeah, I'll leave that one. And he is also... No, actually he's not at 50% yet, but, I mean, he's only got 5 men left. So, I think I'm actually going to do the same thing. Turn the weapons off, which I should have... Well, it might be a bit late now, because... They really can't actually take on a full section by themselves at all, and there's probably more than a section in this area, so there's probably at least part of a platoon, if not an entire platoon. So yeah, let's keep them in. Now the fact is I moved them first. If there's a small chance he will be seen anyway, because there's a theory being put out by one of the experienced players that having the weapons off actually makes them harder to spot. I can see how the theory came about, but I'm not convinced that it actually is happening. Because there are occasions where it's like, well, like that unit wasn't spotted when you're definitely feeling that it should have been, right? Next, tank 17. Can I get away with a shorter range? Yep, 17 is good. And 70 should be okay from that one as well, I think. So that's really the only threat at the moment. It's not actually a threat because oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that is, you won't be able to see it. Right, but if I wanted to fire this from this position, and if he moves back here, then I need to have that longer actually. So that was 17. Actually, I wonder if he's lost sight of that, or he's just intentionally ignoring it. I don't think. Well, why would he? I mean, it's a unit that is with some points and has actually, if it's able to observe his movements, right? So these positions, I don't think he'd ignore it. So I'm guessing he's lost sight of it. But he hasn't moved up there again, so there's a bit of uncertainty, perhaps. The question is, though, why are there no infantry moving up to deal with it? Because the only infantry, I mean, if he has a suspicion is there, then these infantry probably should have moved out this side to deal with it, I think. Anyway, let's see. 6. Surprisingly, 6 works for that. Make that one 7 because he's one behind. Actually, has no targets at the moment, so his line of sight is now quite not useful. Shit. Okay, well. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that range, because he moved forward, so... actually, you can hit things... You can still hit things in the smoke, actually. Yeah, they have to move up really close. See, sometimes it's really hard to be able to tell where you can hit. So the trick I use is just to use the use the Z key to fire at a hex. Make sure you don't actually fire. I've done that by accident. So yeah, you can actually hit things there, even though there's no clear highlighting. All right, and we're gonna get out of that. So I'm going to leave the range at that, as something long like that. It's not very useful for him, but... Okay, that's it. Oh, there he goes. Whoa! No! No! All right, so